Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with BB. I am coming to you Sunday night with a quick little video. It's probably not going to be so quick, but I've been getting a lot of questions on X, a lot of DMs, a lot of replies, and I think it warrants a little video, right? And I like to usually take my weekends off and chill out a little bit, but some of the stuff that we've been seeing this weekend have been completely unbelievable. Definitely not on my bingo card for the year. Um, Basically, we had a pretty strong end to last week. The inauguration is in a day, and we had Donald Trump launch a meme coin, right? An official Donald Trump meme coin, and then just recently, like an hour ago, we had Melania Trump launch a meme coin, or presumably their team launching it for them. Subsequently, we're seeing a bit of a liquidity vacuum effect right now. And basically, it is siphoning liquidity and causing a mass exodus from, every other altcoin, arguably even Bitcoin right now. And these two coins are the only things being traded. So, what I wanted to do is just let's talk about it, right? Because as scary as this might seem right now, I actually think that there might be a happy ending to this story that a lot of people are overlooking right now. And I'm just gathering my thoughts. I'm trying to piece it together just like you guys are. It's a lot of information in a really short period of time. Obviously, none of us have ever been through anything quite like this. But again, I'm going to go back to this point. I think that this story ends in a very happy way with a lot of prosperity for all of us. So, anyways, let's dive into it. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. So, first things first, for those that have no idea why their altcoins are getting destroyed so badly right now, let me show you what's going on. So, the first thing that you'll notice here is this is Trump's official meme coin right here. Okay. So it launched yesterday. All right. And it's already at a $9.4 billion market cap. The FDV is 47 billion. Now, the difference there is that a lot of the supply is not actually circulating, right? So if you look at like the holders here, you can see that, 80% is just sitting in this wallet, not circulating, not for sale. So really it is worth, just under 10 billion right now. And basically what happened is, I mean, this is the most, president or not, this is the most successful, quick to ascend meme coin that the world has ever seen, right? I mean, Pepe reached, 10, 11, 12 billion, and it took, over a year. Trump launched a meme coin and it peaked out just recently at, 15 billion, and that was in a day, right? The amount of volume that we look at this right here, the 24-hour volume is 2.48 billion, right? I mean, you're seeing transactions. Let me filter out some of these transactions here. Minimum $1 million buys and sells. I mean, you're seeing huge, huge, huge orders coming in here. I've never seen anything quite like this on chain before. And the crazy part about it is like, if you're not a crypto native that was like set up and knew how to buy something like this and it launched on Solana, um, you couldn't buy this thing, right? Like it's not listed, especially at the time. It wasn't listed on Coinbase. I know they're about to list it. It wasn't listed anywhere. You could only buy this thing on chain. And they also launched it, in my view, pretty strategically. Um, they launched it late at night on Friday when really only Americans would be able to jump on the opportunity. So I don't know if that was done intentionally to just kind of give Americans the jump start because he wants, this meme coin to be mostly owned by Americans or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But the point being is, I mean, there's been 2.5 billion in volume in 24 hours. So the quick summary here, like the really, really like surface level summary is that he launched this thing on a weekend, which is usually lower volume and more liquid than a weekday, less people trading. And it was only listed, you could only buy it on chain. And when you think about it, what's happening here, why all of your other altcoins are getting destroyed, is because there's this vacuum effect. People are panic selling all of their other coins, meme coins, altcoins, even like large caps, to sell and buy this meme coin because the leader of the free world just launched a meme coin. Like I can't even believe that this happened. But that's why your altcoins are getting destroyed the way that they are. It's due only to this, right? The fact that you have the leader of the free world taking office tomorrow, launched a meme coin on a weekend, and people are panic selling their other coins to chase this thing, right? And then you can see we had a pretty aggressive sell off right here. This happened right when Melania launched her meme coin, right? So here's now Melania's meme coin right here. So this one is sitting at 11 billion. I actually think it's less than that because it's so fresh. They haven't updated the calculation. So you can see here there's these top 3 wallets here that own 30%, 30%, and 20%. So again, similar 80%, just like the Trump one. So this 80% of the supply here, which is now valued at 3, 6, 7, 8.5 billion, is not circulating. So really, the market cap is potentially like a fraction of this, maybe about $1 billion or something like that. But basically, it's the same. It's the same effect that we're seeing, with the Trump coin, where basically. Oh, sorry, I didn't switch the screen over. Let me do that. So the effect here is the exact same as the Trump coin, right? So Melania's coin launches, people start dumping then the Trump coin and their other meme coins, whatever they have left, to now chase the Melania coin, right? Which is what we're seeing. So I'll go back to the wallets just because I was talking, you couldn't see it, but these top 3 wallets here that own 30%, 30%, 20%, so cumulatively 80% worth, $8 billion roughly, is not circulating. So it says the market cap is 10 billion. It's really, a fraction of that. But again, you're seeing this compounding, spiraling vacuum effect where people initially sold all of their Trump memes, or I'm sorry, they sold all their meme coins and altcoins to chase the Trump meme. And, it was this vacuum. And then, people started panic selling Trump to chase this Melania meme. So, it's becoming a bit of a spiral, right? It's really, putting a lot of pressure on the rest of the market where, there is zero incentive to bid anything else right now. So when you have this crazy imbalance of, normally there's a group of people that want to buy a coin, any given coin, and there's a group of people that want to sell any given coin. Right now, what you have market wide is you have this crazy imbalance where there are more people that want to sell any given coin, just at any given moment. They have more of an incentive to sell and buy these 2 coins, and there is no appetite to buy at all. So you are seeing billions of dollars leaving other crypto projects, large caps, small caps, meme coins, and being thrown into these 2 tickers, the Trump meme and the Melania meme. Okay. So that is just, if you have no idea what's happening, that's what's happening. Okay. So you are seeing one of the craziest, this is the 9/11 of on-chain right now. This is a 9/11 scenario for altcoins. And I don't say that in a joking light. Like, this is one of those, like, you will remember where you were when it happened kind of moments. This is a black swan for altcoins and for meme coins and everything in crypto. Like, this is completely uncharted waters. Nobody has ever been here before, has no idea what's going on. But everybody's just chasing these 2 coins, so they're selling other coins to buy these 2. Now, let's keep going down the list, and then I'm going to kind of share like how I think that this all resolves. Okay, so let me then share a different screen here. Okay, so this wallet right here belongs to World Liberty Fi. So this is Trump's crypto business. And something that's been happening all day is basically they've been shoving Ethereum. right? Like they have been buying a lot of ETH. Currently, the wallet holds 31,000 Ethereum, or just under $100 million. They got another 53 million, in USD or USDC, 32 million in Tether, and some other shit coins. All right. But they are basically all in ETH here. Right. So, there was all this drama going back, yesterday, because Trump decided to launch his meme coin on Solana. So all the Solana guys were, super amped and excited. And, the death of Ethereum and its only soul. But then, while all that was happening, the World Liberty Fi wallet, Trump's business, was buying tens of millions of dollars of Ethereum while this was all happening, right? Which is, it's pretty insane. Now I'm going to jump over to another screen here. All right, hang on. So this was a tweet put out by Eric Trump here. All right, so Trump's son. He said, wait until you see what they do tomorrow, right? So you can see right here, Look On Chain posted this 10 hours ago. Trump's World Liberty Fi just spent $20 million to buy over 6,000 Ethereum, right? And this was just tweeted out here like an hour ago, all right, less than an hour ago. So there's something brewing in the background here that none of us really know for sure. I think there's speculation that there's going to be a World Liberty Fi token. Presumably, it's going to be on the Ethereum ecosystem, maybe something to do with ETH DeFi. But it's pretty unbelievable to see what's happening. Where like they launched these two meme coins on Solana, and they're like panic buying Ethereum while it's capitulating. And then Eric Trump tweets out an hour ago, wait till you see what they do tomorrow. So I just can't help but think that, maybe there is a silver lining here, especially for, for Ethereum. And, I guess I don't know exactly what to think, right? I don't know what to think. I'm trying to figure this out, right alongside you guys. But it's pretty unbelievable, right? Like here was, we caught this one too. There were multiple purchases, right? So this was reported by us here at Because Bitcoin. So then they bought another 15 million in like a 20-minute period of time, right? So there's something going on here, right? Like there's a big master plan going on. And I don't really think anybody knows for certain. Okay. Now, let me share my trading view and let's go over a few different charts here. Okay. So I know that everybody's, terrified right now, and there's absolute altcoin carnage across the board. I mean, there's really no safe haven. Like everything is getting completely destroyed. I mean, Pepe is down, even like, this was from this high that we set on, last, this was yesterday, right? Pepe's down 30% or 26%, whatever. So like other large cap memes, just like the liquidity is getting siphoned. And it goes back to that scenario, that the explanation I was sharing with you guys, where it's like this is an attention economy, and there is zero incentive for anybody to be bidding other meme coins or altcoins right now. And there's actually somewhat of a large incentive for people to be selling other altcoins and swapping them into, these two meme coins, the Trump and Melania ones. So the carnage has been market wide, right? Like everything has been getting nuked. But let me put it this way. I think that this is not the time to be, reevaluating the entire cycle, right? This is not the phase of the cycle. This is not the time to panic and go, all right, just because Trump and Melania launched meme coins, it's time to ditch Ethereum and all of our ETH beta plays and any other soul play that you might be in. Anything that's getting beat up right now that's been a solid project, I think is going to continue to be a solid project moving forward, right? Like, I don't think this is a time to completely shift everything that you've been doing, I've been doing, and chase these. Now, full disclosure, I bought a bunch of the Trump meme coin at $9. And I just recently, like today, right as it launched, I shoved a little bit of money into the Melania one. So those are up nicely. I'm probably going to keep holding those for a bit. And when I think that the dust settles, I'm most likely going to be shoving those back into ETH memes. Like I'll probably buy some more Pepe, Andy, and Wolf specifically because they're becoming pretty large bags. And I don't really know how this is going to unfold, right? But I keep kind of deferring back to like the cycle where, I talk about like what this cycle could look like, what it should look like, how we're on track, right? So let's just even look at Bitcoin real quick, right? And I'll pull up my cycles chart here. All right. So this is our Bitcoin cycles chart, right? Like this doesn't change the outcome of a Bitcoin cycle, right? So here's the previous two cycles overlaid with our current one in black. I've got the Bitcoin halvings marked out, and I've got the US presidential elections marked out. We're tracking perfectly still, right? Like this doesn't change anything at all. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind that like this is genuinely like a weekend black swan for altcoins. And this is not the time to start panic selling, right? Now, let's look at like ETH here, okay? I think that ETH looks somewhat constructive, right? It's actually holding pretty nicely here. And I think in large part it's due to, Trump's team, Trump's business, shoving tens of millions of dollars into ETH while, the market is capitulating because they're planning something big on Ethereum as well. Now, what's the thesis that we've been talking about specifically around like the boys club, right? Like Pepe, Brett, Andy, and Wolf, right? So let's pull this up right here. All right, let's pull up Pepe and we'll just issue a quick refresher, right? Here, let's do this here. All right, Pepe. Bear with me. I'm not at my big monitor, and I'm trying to make this quick because I know how important it is. Usually don't make weekend videos, but desperate times, right? So you can see that, we have ETH up top, and you've got Pepe down below. Change this to blue for ETH. You can see how they're still trading, perfectly as we would expect, right? ETH starts moving up here and Pepe starts moving up, right? ETH starts moving down right over here and Pepe starts moving down, right? So the correlation is still very much so intact. We're just seeing a lot of unusual sell pressure because this is truly a black swan for altcoins right now, where you have, again, the next sitting president in less than a day launching meme coins, which is siphoning liquidity, billions of dollars of liquidity from other legitimate memes and projects to, chase these two meme coins, right? Now let's go a little bit further down the curve, right? Let's talk about Andy. Andy's getting absolutely pummeled here, which is not a surprise because Pepe is getting absolutely pummeled. Everything's getting pummeled. So again, it's not like it's an Andy issue or a Pepe issue. It's a market-wide issue. All right. So you can see how these charts, they're all the same. It's just leverage, right? So you have, ETH, then you have Pepe, then you have Andy, and they're all, look at the top formation here on Pepe, right? You can see they even, they top the same way, right? And when Pepe gets beat up, Andy gets beat up even harder, right? They're the exact same charts, right? Andy's just getting smoked harder percentage-wise because it's beta, right? There is zero incentive for anybody to be bidding Andy here in the short term because all available liquidity is going to Solana meme coins, specifically the two Solana meme coins, Trump and Melania right now, right? So they're going to just continue to get beat up and pummeled, until that happens. And then here I can pull up, Wolf as well. What is this? Is that the perps chart here? L Wolf. Let's put up this one. It's the exact same thing as Andy and Pepe, right? So I've had a lot of questions about, the boys club and, the future of it, and does this change anything? And for me, it changes, I mean, legitimately zero, right? Like this is one of those events that you kind of just, in my view, you hold through and you let the dust settle and you wait. Now, let's bring this back full circle, right? So what did we just talk about? I showed you the Trump World Liberty Fi wallet, and they've been shoving Ethereum, and something big is coming for ETH probably tomorrow, right? They didn't just buy $100 million of ETH for no reason, right? They didn't do that. Like they're not just doing it because they just felt like it. Like there's a big plan here. Something's cooking. Okay. Now, what do we know about the relationship between all of these coins, right? We know that when ETH sells off, ETH beta sells off as well, right? And it's going to go, it sells off the most here. And then here, I can even just do, a few percentages, right? So, ETH dropped 47%. Andy dropped, 84%. I'm just doing this real quick. And, Wolf dropped, 87%. Okay. So understanding the relationship between like, why are we bleeding? Why are we correlated? Correlations are still very much so intact. It's just we're seeing no incentive to bid and a much larger incentive to sell, right? So that's what this carnage is coming down to, right? So I'm not selling anything. Now, what's going to happen here if, Trump's business announces something amazing and we get, Bitcoin ends up going to new highs and we see, some major, ETH whatever happens and, ETH ends up going up from here, right? Well, we know that this 4K level on ETH is huge, right? So what you're betting on, the only thing you need to bet on for, Pepe, Andy, and Wolf here is that ETH goes on to make a nice recovery, right? If ETH can recover here, whether it's off the back of Trump announcing something, whether it's, maybe, no cap gains taxes on crypto, or, he's super bullish on ETH and ETH DeFi and they launch, something big on ETH and it kind of reinvigorates the whole ecosystem, then what you're going to see presumably across the board is not only a giant mean reversion bounce on ETH and altcoins, but specifically your meme coins here. You can see, how these charts are set up to start moving here. If ETH can, catch a big bid, real soon here, right? So that's still really the only thing that we're waiting on is, can ETH flip this level? And, look here, ETH sells off, Pepe, Andy, Wolf all sell off. ETH pumps, and you can see that Pepe pumps, Andy pumps, Wolf pumps, right? I know I'm doing this quick. I've given you guys, better visuals before, but hopefully you can see, what I'm talking about here. So, I think right now you're seeing, the strain of this attention economy where, again, there is no incentive to bid anything else besides these two meme coins. This has never happened before. You're seeing a liquidity vacuum where billions of money is being siphoned from other projects, other memes, anything to chase these two meme coins that are now, in multiple billions in valuation. But at the same time, you're seeing the Trump family, their business, buying $100 million of Ethereum, right? So is this the time to panic sell? No. Is it the time to hold through it? In my opinion, yes. I'm not selling anything. Nothing. Zero. I'm selling nothing. I'm holding strong, right? And I think the kind of silver lining with how this is a happy ending is that we might see sort of a reinvigoration of, Ethereum from all this, out of the carnage. And what this does is it sets a new precedent for crypto, right? You have the leader of the free world launching shit coins, right? The bullish case on that is we have the green light to do basically whatever we want in crypto, right? This is going to be an absolute crazy pro crypto presidency. And before he even gets in office, you know, he's launching shit coins and accumulating Ethereum and Solana. So I think that the precedent that this sets is tremendously bullish for crypto in general. like over the top bullish, right? But what you're seeing right now in live action, real time, you are seeing a black swan event for altcoins, an absolute black swan for altcoins. So something big is brewing, and again, the correlations are all still intact. And again, you are seeing an attack on everything in crypto right now. And I'll show you a quick little fractal here. This is just for fun, but I also think it probably deserves a little bit of respect here. But there was a different type of attack, but still an attack, very much so, on Pepe right before it went crazy. Okay, so right in this region down here, what you saw, and I don't know if a lot of you remember this, I do, this was the poly attack right here. So this was the poly attack pork coin. All right. So during this time, there was a guy who was a key kind of leader and voice within the Pepe community at the time. And we saw a liquidity vacuum effect actually hit Pepe in a very isolated manner. Okay. So there was a guy, he was basically trying to convince people to sell all their Pepe to buy his coin Pork, which was like a fork of Pepe. It's not doing too well, RIP, but I digress. So we're seeing this on a much larger market-wide scale, not just one coin. But what we're seeing right here on Andy specifically is we're seeing a liquidity vacuum effect, not just hit Andy, but the entire market. So we'll call this the Trump drain. Okay. So I think that this is potentially what you could expect, honestly, something like this, because we just talked about like the Ethereum correlation, right? If ETH catches a big bounce here, you are going to see a monster mean reversion across the board, not just on Andy, but every other altcoin just got destroyed this weekend, right? Because of this liquidity vacuum that we've seen, right? And these attacks and these liquidity drains sometimes can be the kind of slingshot that fuels a much more crazy rally to the opposing side, right? So I'm selling nothing. I'm holding everything. I'm planning to buy more of everything as soon as I possibly can. But something is brewing for ETH here. They just bought, 30,000 ETH. They're shoving ETH, and I'm excited to see it. So like, I actually am in kind of like a weird state of calm right now across the board. Like, I recognize exactly what's happening, and this is not the time to start panic selling and reevaluating your entire cycle thesis. Like, this is not the event that you panic sell into. You need to let the dust settle. Let's get to the inauguration. Let's see, how things recover. Let's see what the announcement is for World Liberty Fi, and fingers crossed. But I'm telling you, this cycle's still right on track. In my view, this changes nothing. And if anything, this is much more bullish. This opens the door to a new regime that we have never seen in crypto before, where the leader of the free world is greenlighting on-chain degeneracy and gambling and meme coins and all this stuff that in the previous administration was a big no-no. So I think the exact opposite. People are saying to me, well, Max, this changes everything. ETH is dead now. We have to move to Sol. Boys Club is dead. RIP. ETH meme's dead. ETH is dead. Blah, 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 blah. Thousands of different comments, right? Are your cycle targets lower now? Does this change anything for you? It changes nothing. It's actually the opposite. I think that because of the precedent that this sets, my targets are probably going up, depending on how we bounce out of here. And I know we're going to bounce out of here really hard. As soon as there is some more clarity and it's the vacuum that we're seeing stops right now and the incentive to bid other projects, other memes returns, I think the mean reversion bounce is going to be absolutely insane. And again, it's about the precedent. The precedent that this sets is that we are now greenlit to do whatever we want on chain, buy any shit coins that we want. Meme coins are legitimate. They are here to stay. And this is going to be a meme coin super cycle, right? So anyways, those are my thoughts. I wanted to get this out to you guys. I know a lot of you guys are scared, but I'm actually like really calm. I'm feeling a weird sense of calmness kind of overcoming me about this, where I know something big is brewing in the background, and I refuse to accept that this cycle is coming to an end right as the right as the president is launching meme coins and buying ETH, and like the cycle is right on track. So again, the cycle is on track. Get through the liquidity vacuum. Things will normalize next week. And then let's reevaluate. But I think that this really opens the door to a lot more possibilities to the upside, not to the downside. All right. So, anyways, guys, stay safe, stay calm, take care, and I will see you guys next week.